Hello, it's so great to see you. I always love connecting with you all through this medium. It is such a fabulous place to be able to do that. Today, I wanted to touch base with you and just see how you're all going, see what is happening in your lives. How's your weekend been? I hope the new start of the week, the last week of February, is going fantastic for you, and to see how you're enjoying your life. So I'm Teresa Todd. I'm a naturopath, biochemist, microbiologist, and author of The Energy Solution. And today, I wanted to see if your restless legs are driving you mad. Do you find that you go to sleep at night and your legs just start moving? You can't keep them still. You have to move them to be able to get them to feel some kind of relief. Well, restless leg syndrome is something where you get that irresistible or uncontrollable urge to move your legs. It can feel like your legs are uncomfortable and that there's just this sensation in them. It could be crawling, it could be a sensation of them throbbing, it could be that they're aching, it could be that they're itchy. Some say that their legs feel a little bit on fire. So all of this is related back to restless legs. Now, restless legs can come about for various reasons, and when you can address why they're coming about, you can actually reduce down the effect or the symptoms that you're getting from them. So do you find that at night when you go to bed, your legs suddenly start to move, or that you feel like you need to move them while you're in bed and it stops you from sleeping? Do you find in the afternoons when you sit down after being at work that you just find your legs are fidgety? That's probably the best word, is fidgety. That your legs, you can't keep them still. You've got to keep moving them to find comfortable spaces. Well, this can happen, and particularly restless legs is usually worse at night, usually worse when you're wanting to lie down in bed and go to sleep, and it can stop you from sleeping. And it can stop, some of my clients even say it wakes them up during the night because they've got to move their legs during the night as well. It can also be, like I said, in the afternoon. So usually restless legs are worse in the afternoon, worse in the evening, and especially irritating when you go to sleep at night. So what can you do about it if this is happening to you? So let's have a look at what is going on. So with the legs, they're not able to relax. And it could be due to a myriad of things. So one of them, let's have a look at your nutrition. Magnesium and calcium are very important. So magnesium's the muscle relaxer. Calcium helps the muscles to contract. Magnesium helps the muscles to relax. And so if there's an imbalance between calcium and magnesium, it could make your legs a little bit more jumpy, twitchy, unable to relax and get into a space where they can just stay static. So looking at your magnesium and your calcium levels is really important to have a look at what's going on with you. Looking at iron. So there is some indications that even iron deficiency can be related to restless legs. So they're not getting the oxygen to the legs the way you should be. So having a look at your iron status. And that is quite easy to do. You can get testing done for these kinds of minerals to see where everything's at. But we're not looking at disease conditions for those levels. We're not looking at disease conditions. We're looking at optimal levels. So we want to have optimal levels of magnesium. We want to have optimum levels of calcium and iron. All of these, it's best to get checked to see what's going on with you. Now, restless legs can also be a side effect of many medications. So if you're on any anti-nausea medications, one of the side effects can be related to the restless legs, but also quite a fair few of the population these days are on antidepressants of some kind. So antidepressants that are related to the serotonin, to helping your serotonin levels, they can actually displace the dopamine, and they can have a side effect of causing restless legs. So if you're on any pharmaceutical medications prescribed by your doctor, go speak to your pharmacist, go speak to your doctor if you're suffering from restless legs. See if it could be the medication that's causing it for you. Pharmacists are a wealth of information. They're just fabulous. So go speak to them first. And then if you've got an issue, maybe go back and speak to your doctor about what you can do as an alternative there. But other things that can affect your restless legs include alcohol. The big three, I say: the alcohol, the nicotine, so smoking, and caffeine. So smoking the nicotine in the cigarettes, that can actually stunt the circulation through into the legs and the hands and the feet. So looking at reducing smoking, looking at keeping your alcohol low and your caffeine in particular, because these can actually trigger it at night that you just can't get relaxed, and they rob you of nutrients. So they especially rob you of magnesium. Alcohol stops you absorbing your iron. Caffeine makes you go through a few more of your B group vitamins. And that's one thing that we also need to check our B group vitamins, because B group vitamins are very important in the brain chemicals or the neurotransmitters. And that's what I wanted to talk about next was we need certain nutrients or certain brain chemicals, so serotonin and dopamine especially, we need those to help with the relaxation process. So if there's anything that's stopping those neurotransmitters from doing their job, then that can be one of the things that's contributing to your restless legs. So looking at decreasing your caffeine, but also then some of the diseases that can play havoc with or involve neurotransmitters. So things like Parkinson's disease. So restless legs can be a side effect or a symptom, not a side effect, a symptom of Parkinson's disease. But it also can be a symptom of diabetes. So if your diabetes is uncontrolled and you're not managing it well, have a look at your restless legs could be part of that picture of what's going on. And then multiple sclerosis is another one. So with multiple sclerosis, they can get a lot of that restless legs, really, it's that burning but almost dead pain at the same time. And that can happen with MS as well. And then also end-stage renal disease. That can be a symptom of any kind of the end-stage renal diseases. So looking at the disease condition, looking at what's happening, and then speak to someone about how you can deal with the issues that are going on with the disease condition. But also then looking at stress and any anxiety. So if you're under a lot of stress, you'll be pumping out a lot of cortisol and adrenaline, and these also play a role in changing the brain chemicals in the neurotransmitters in the brain, which can contribute to the restless legs. So if you've got a lot of stress in your life, if you've got suffering anxiety, looking at that as to be one of the triggers or the causes of restless legs. So what can you do? If you're suffering restless legs and it's driving you nuts at night, what can you do? First of all, like I said, check your nutritional status. Go find someone that can help you with nutrition, a health professional that can help you with looking at your iron, looking at your B group vitamins, looking at magnesium and calcium. So these kinds of nutrients are very important to be balanced and to be not only balanced but optimal for you to reduce down the restless legs that are driving you mad. So finding a health professional that can help you with that. Looking at your medication. So like I said, if you're on medications, any antidepressants or anti-nausea medications, go speak to a pharmacist. They can help you decipher through the side effects and whether your symptoms could be a side effect of the medication. And then you can move forward by speaking to your GP about maybe alternatives to the medication or what you can do around that. Also, checking your brain chemicals, checking the neurotransmitter levels in your brain. And that's something that I test for here when clients come in. We have a look at the neurotransmitter panel and see what's happening with what they're producing in their own body. Is there a nutritional deficiency that's driving one of the neurotransmitters or brain chemicals to not be the optimal that it should be? Or is there a reason that the brain chemicals, is it their diet? Is it sugar that's throwing them out with their brain chemicals? So we have a look at that kind of thing, looking at the panel and looking at what can be done to help balance those neurotransmitters again. There are also herbs that we can use that can act as muscle relaxants. So there's a lot of herbs around, but particularly there's things like oats and passion flower, hops, valerian. They've all got reputations of being amazing at helping with relaxing. Speaking of relaxing, have you ever tried an Epsom salt foot bath? So there is a lot of evidence out there that's showing that using warm baths, but particularly warm foot baths, and throwing some Epsom salts in there, that can actually help you to relax. And the Epsom salts will give you some magnesium as well because you'll absorb it through your skin. So looking at using an Epsom salt foot bath as part of your evening routine or evening rituals before you go to bed you'll get a much better quality of sleep, and it can help to reduce some of those symptoms of the restless legs or the intensity of it. So like I said, looking at an Epsom salt foot bath to give you that magnesium, but the heat therapy, so that warmth coming from the bath, whether it be a foot bath or whether it be a bath, that warmth can also help to generate the circulation and get the circulation happening in those legs. And finally, if it is due to a disease condition like MS, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, diabetes, find someone that can help you with the condition and can work with you to help optimize your health, your best health, because the body's always got an amazing way of healing itself. So looking to find someone that can help you with that disease condition and work through it. And that way you can help to reduce some of the symptoms of the restless legs that are going on, or the intensity of it. So these are just a few small little things that you can do in your life. The magnesium, getting it checked, looking at your iron stores, using some herbs, looking at your B group vitamins, having a beautiful foot bath. They're all just simple things that you can do to help reduce your restless legs so that you don't feel like you're being driven mad by restless legs at night. Because those restless legs could be contributing to your fatigue. So if you're finding the next day you're feeling tired, you're feeling run down, you're feeling exhausted, you're waking up a bit groggy, or that you find that you can't concentrate too well, it could be that you're not getting a good quality of sleep because the restless legs are keeping you from going to sleep at night and stopping you from staying asleep. So not only will you fix the restless legs and that aggravation at night, but you'll actually help fortify your energy levels the next day. And that's amazing in itself. So I look forward to hearing how you go with this. Please place some comments. Tell me how you've been going, what you've been experiencing. Love to hear all of that. Pop it in the little chat box and we can have a chat with that. I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a fabulous week and bye for now.